Hey friends, Miss Lynn from the Washington Pavilion's Action Arts and Science program, and we have a fun art project today based on the art and sculpture of Alexander Calder. So if you haven't read the book, Sandy's Circus, about his life, I want you to stop this video, read the book, and then come back. Okay, so as you heard in the book, Alexander Calder, whose nickname was Sandy, he loved to build things and sculpt things with small parts, small objects, and wire. And eventually, as he evolved as an artist and a sculptor, he started to put those together so that they would move on their own just with the air around the sculpture. And so we're going to make a replica of one of his sculptures, and these are called mobiles. And in the French language, mobile means movement or motion. So a mobile is going to look like this. This is our model, or what our example is going to be based on his sculpture. And we're going to use geometric shapes with this. And so you'll notice that mine here is all circles and ovals. The templates that I'm going to send for you to use have all different geometric shapes. So you might have triangles or rectangles or squares, hexagons, there might even be some octagons in there, some pentagons. So a variety of shapes for you to use. And this is super easy to make. Let me hang this one up right there. Basically, we're using construction paper and we're using wire. And so you're going to trace the shapes. They come like on this little plastic template. You trace the shapes on paper. You can pick whatever color construction paper you want. I like blues and greens, so that's what I had chosen. And I've traced some right here. And then you're going to take a hole punch, and you're just going to punch a hole at the top. So you have to figure out which direction you want your shape to hang if it's not a perfect circle or a perfect square. So I'm going to do mine top and bottom. And then you're going to use yarn, and you're just going to tie yarn in those holes, right? And then you're going to have wire, and this wire is super bendable, so it's going to be easy for us to form where we want our shapes to hang. Sometimes when I do this activity, kids will actually bend the wire like this so that it's not a straight wire. So that's an option you could do if you want to give it a little more, something more to look at. One of the things that is important when you're making a mobile is that it's balanced. So you don't want to hang everything on one side and have it be lopsided. So in my example, I tried to balance everything out so that it hangs not lopsided. Now I could move these because I just tied them loosely. I could move those around. I could bend my wires up and down if I wanted to, but I want to keep it as balanced and honestly some symmetry in it. If you have everything on one side, it just doesn't look right to us as viewers of the art. And so trying to keep some symmetry, some balance, especially when you're doing a sculpture of this kind, is kind of important. Now I hung one really long one down here. If you wanted to use 3 wires and put another level on there, you could. When you're tying these all together, it's really hard to do if you're holding it. So what I did when I made my example is I taped it to the edge of the table, and then I sat on the floor and tied all of my shapes together like that. Super easy, super fun. Then you can hang it at home or in your room or somewhere, even in your classroom if you choose to. So send me some pictures of how these turn out.